Oh my God, can you feel that energy right now? Because I am picking up something so intense, so powerful, and honestly, it's making my entire body tingle with anticipation. Someone is absolutely spiraling right now, and I need you to lean in close because what I'm about to reveal is going to shake you to your core. This reading, this message that's coming through, it's not just another typical love reading. No, no, no. This is about power, this is about control, and this is about someone who is absolutely losing their mind because for the first time in their life, you're not playing their game anymore. Can you feel that shift? Because the universe is screaming right now, and I mean screaming that someone is used to having people worship them, chase them, kiss their ass, and you've stopped. You've completely stopped. And they don't know what to do with themselves. They're confused, they're angry, they're testing you, and oh my God, the cards are revealing everything. But before we dive deep into this explosive energy, I need you to understand something crucial. Only take what resonates with you. This is your reading, your journey, your truth. If something doesn't fit your situation, leave it behind. But if it hits home, if it makes your heart race or your stomach drop, then this message is absolutely meant for you. Now let me tell you about these 6 cards that just flew out of this deck with such force, such urgency. The King of Wands just slammed onto my table, and I'm not even joking when I say this card has been relentless throughout this entire shuffle. It kept appearing over and over again, refusing to be ignored, demanding attention, and let me tell you what this means for you right now. You are dealing with someone, and this person carries serious fire sign energy. We're talking Aries, Leo, or Sagittarius. This is someone who walks into a room and expects everyone to turn around and look at them. This is someone who's been put on a pedestal their entire life, whether they deserved it or not, and they've grown so comfortable up there that they genuinely believe it's their birthright to have people fawning over them constantly. But here's where everything gets absolutely fascinating, because you've pulled away. You've stopped feeding their ego, you've stopped chasing, you've stopped begging, and they are absolutely pissed off about it. They don't understand what's happening because in their mind, people don't walk away from them. People don't set boundaries with them. People don't tell them no. And yet here you are standing in your power, and it's driving them completely insane. The 8 of Swords appeared right at the beginning of this reading, and this card is screaming confusion and mental imprisonment. Both of you are trapped in your own heads right now. You're sitting there wondering if you made the right decision, questioning whether you should give this another chance or walk away completely. You're analyzing every conversation, every moment, every sign, trying to figure out what the hell you're supposed to do next. And guess what? They're doing the exact same thing. They're lying awake at night, staring at their phone, asking themselves, should I reach out? Should I wait? Should I give them some time because I know they're going to break first? They're playing this twisted mental game, convinced that you're going to crack under the pressure, that you're going to come running back like everyone else always has. But you're not, and that's what's throwing them off completely. This person is so used to people breaking for them, so accustomed to getting their way, that they genuinely don't know how to function when someone actually holds their ground. Then we have the 2 of Pentacles, and this card is showing me someone who's weighing their options, juggling different possibilities, trying to decide what move to make next. They're calculating, strategizing, trying to figure out the perfect moment to reach out to you, or the perfect way to test whether you've really changed, or if you're just putting on an act. Because here's the thing, some of you have told this person directly that you're not the same anymore, that you've changed, that they're not going to get the old version of you back. You've laid it out clearly. You've said, I'm done with the games, I'm done with the drama, I'm done giving you everything while you give me breadcrumbs. And this person heard you, but they don't believe you. They think you're bluffing. They think if they just wait long enough, if they just stay silent long enough, you'll come crawling back, apologizing for setting boundaries, begging for their attention again. They're literally testing you right now to see if you'll break. The Lover's card just came through, and oh my God, the emotion attached to this card is overwhelming. This is Gemini energy, or this is simply showing that the love between you two is undeniably real. They know it, you know it, the universe knows it. When this person chose you initially, there was something about you that captivated them completely. You weren't like everyone else who threw themselves at their feet. You had something different, something special, something they'd never encountered before, and that's exactly what drew them in. But here's where the dynamic has shifted. You're now questioning whether you chose the right person. You're looking at their behavior, their games, their manipulation, and you're asking yourself, is this really what I signed up for? You know you've been good to them. You know you've treated them well, been loyal, been patient, been everything they claimed they wanted, but now you're wondering if staying any longer is just you being a fool, if you're wasting your time on someone who will never truly appreciate what they have. The Hierophant reverse kept appearing during my pre-shuffle, flipping out again and again. And this card is revealing something critical about your situation. You're ready for commitment. You're ready to settle down, build something real, create a stable future with someone who actually shows up for you. But this person isn't matching that energy. They're still playing games, still keeping you at arm's length, still refusing to fully commit because they like having the upper hand. They like knowing you want more from them because it gives them power, it gives them control. And you finally reached a breaking point where you said, enough. You pulled back. You stopped chasing. You stopped begging for the bare minimum, and you thought maybe if I create some distance, maybe if I show them what life looks like without me, they'll wake up and step up. And you know what? It's working. It's absolutely working, but not in the way you might think. The Knight of Cups appeared alongside Judgment, and these cards together are painting such a clear picture of someone who's emotional about you right now, but refuses to show it. This is Cancer, Pisces, or Scorpio energy, and this person is sitting in their feelings, drowning in them actually, but their pride won't let them reach out. They want a second chance. They know they need one. They recognize they messed up, that they took you for granted, that they played too many games, but instead of being an adult about it and actually communicating, they're sitting back waiting to see if you'll break first. If you told this person it was over, they're not even accepting that as reality. In their mind, you're just going through a phase, you're just trying to teach them a lesson, and eventually you'll come back because everyone always comes back to them. That's how delusional their ego has made them. The Knight of Pentacles reversed is showing someone moving incredibly slow, dragging their feet, taking their sweet time. This is Virgo, Taurus, or Capricorn energy, and this person feels like they can afford to wait because they're convinced you're not actually going anywhere. They think they have you figured out. They think they know exactly how long it'll take before you reach out, before you soften, before you give in. But what they don't realize is that you're actually serious this time. You're not playing a game. You're not trying to manipulate them into action. You've genuinely reached a point where you're prepared to walk away if things don't change, and that terrifies them even though they won't admit it. The World reversed appeared, and this card is screaming about repetitive cycles that need to be broken. This is about patterns that have been playing out over and over again in this connection. This person has always acted a certain way, has always gotten away with certain behaviors, has always had people excuse their nonsense, and it's created this monster of entitlement. Every time someone let them slide, every time someone forgave without accountability, every time someone came back after being disrespected, it reinforced their belief that they can treat people however they want without consequences. And now you're here, breaking that cycle, refusing to play along, and it's shaking their entire foundation. The universe is literally applauding you right now for standing firm, because this is exactly what needs to happen for any real change to occur. The Hanged Man energy is present here, showing that this is a period of suspension, of waiting, of things being in limbo, but it's necessary. This pause, this distance, this silence between you two is forcing both of you to really look at this connection and decide what you want. For you, it's making you realize that you deserve better than someone who thinks you should be grateful just for their presence. For them, it's making them confront the fact that maybe they're not as irreplaceable as they thought they were. Maybe you actually can walk away. Maybe you actually will choose yourself over begging for their love. And that possibility is something they never had to seriously consider before. The Page of Cups came out, followed by the Ten of Pentacles reversed, and this combination is revealing some interesting financial dynamics. Some of you are dealing with someone who owes you money or is constantly asking for financial help. Some of you have been supporting this person, lending them money, helping them get on their feet, and yet they still have the audacity to act like you should be chasing them. Like they should be the prize when their life isn't even together. You're sitting there thinking they don't even have their stuff figured out, they're struggling financially, they can't even take care of themselves properly, and yet they expect me to kiss their ass. The audacity is truly astounding, but it shows you exactly how inflated their ego has become. The Fool reversed appeared, and this is showing that you keep thinking about having a fresh start with this person, but then you pull back. You go back and forth. One moment you're like, yes, I want to try again. I believe they can change. I think there's real potential here. And then the next moment you're like, absolutely not. I'm not setting myself up for more disappointment. I'm not giving them another opportunity to take me for granted. This internal battle is exhausting you, but your intuition is actually guiding you correctly. That hesitation you feel isn't fear of losing them. It's wisdom trying to protect you from repeating the same painful patterns. The World card, as a major arcana appearing early in this reading, is significant because it's about completion, about getting the success and outcomes you truly want, about devoting yourself to something worthwhile, and you're scared. You're genuinely scared that by holding your boundaries, by refusing to chase, by not giving in, you might actually lose this person forever. You're worried that they'll walk away and find someone else who will kiss their ass the way they're used to. But here's what you need to understand. If they walk away because you won't tolerate disrespect, because you won't accept breadcrumbs, because you won't beg for basic decency, then you haven't lost anything valuable. You've actually freed yourself from something that was never going to fulfill you anyway. This person finds it incredibly difficult to take accountability. Even when they're clearly wrong, even when they've hurt you, even when the evidence is right there in front of them, they twist things around, they deflect, they make excuses, they turn it back on you somehow. And I'm not saying they need to be perfect because nobody is, but when you mess up, when you hurt someone you claim to love, the bare minimum is owning it and actually making amends. This person struggles with that because admitting fault feels like losing control to them, and control is everything to them. The Two of Cups reversed and the Three of Cups reversed appeared together, and I haven't seen this combination in forever. This is directly pointing to third-party energy. While you two aren't speaking, while this distance exists between you, this person might be entertaining someone else, not because they actually want that person, but because they need their ego stroked. They need to feel desired, to feel wanted, to feel like they still got it. So if they can't get that validation from you right now, they'll temporarily get it from someone else. And when I picked up on this, the message that came through was so clear. Let them go talk to whoever they want to talk to. Let them seek validation elsewhere, because you're still not going to kiss their ass. You're still not going to compromise your standards. You're still not going to accept less than you deserve just because they're giving attention to someone else. The Queen of Swords reversed is showing that you're feeling bitter about this situation, and rightfully so. You feel some type of way about how things have played out. You're holding on to that sharp, cutting energy because you're protecting yourself. You're not going to soften, you're not going to reach out, you're not going to make the first move until this person actually changes or puts forth genuine effort, because you know this isn't fair. You've known for a while that the dynamic between you two hasn't been balanced, hasn't been healthy, but you kept letting things slide. You kept biting your tongue because you didn't want to argue, because you wanted to keep the peace, because you genuinely love this person and wanted things to work. The Justice card reversed is confirming that this person has a nasty attitude, especially when you try to express your feelings. When you attempt to tell them how their actions affected you, when you try to set boundaries or ask for better treatment, they get defensive, they get angry. They distance themselves as punishment for you, even daring to voice your needs. That's manipulative behavior, and it's been training you to stay quiet, to accept whatever they give, to never ask for more. But you've broken out of that training now, and they don't know how to handle it. There's Libra energy present here, and the message coming through is so strong. I'm going to treat you how you treat me. What you show me is what I'll show you. If you show me love, effort, consistency, and respect, that's exactly what you'll get back. But if you show me that you could care less, if you turn your back on me, if you play games and waste my time, then I'll mirror that energy right back to you. Some of you are literally sitting back right now, waiting to hear from this person, refusing to make the first move, standing firm in your decision to let them come to you. And that brings us to the next card. The Seven of Wands jumped out of the deck with such force, and the message attached to it is crystal clear. Guarded. The road ahead will encounter obstacles and difficulty if you do not stand your ground now. Success is close. You have this person's attention. The Eight of Wands reverse confirms that because you're not running to them, you're not texting them, you're not trying to fix things, you have completely captured their attention. Don't let them fool you with their tough act, with their indifference, with their silence. Behind the scenes, they're absolutely thinking about you. They're checking their phone, hoping to see your name. They're going through old messages. They're looking at your social media. They're asking mutual friends about you. You're on their mind constantly, but their pride is too thick to admit it. The Eight of Cups appeared, showing that this person feels like you walked away from the connection. The Five of Cups confirms they're sitting in regret right now, mourning what they lost, recognizing that they had something good and they sabotaged it with their games. The Seven of Swords and the Magician together reveal that they know they need to change. They're thinking about it. They're contemplating what a new beginning would look like, what they would need to do differently. This is happening internally, even though you can't see it. The Hermit, Six of Cups, Ace of Swords, and Ace of Cups all appeared, and this combination is powerful. There's definitely going to be a new beginning here. This is Virgo energy mixed with serious clarity and new emotional starts. They've been in hermit mode, withdrawing, reflecting, thinking deeply about this connection and what it means to them. The Six of Cups shows they're reminiscing about the good times, remembering how things used to be between you two, feeling nostalgic. The Ace of Swords means they're gaining mental clarity, cutting through their own BS, finally thinking clearly about the situation. And the Ace of Cups represents a new emotional beginning, fresh feelings, a renewed desire to get things right this time. The Death card appeared, confirming transformation is necessary and coming. They know they have to destroy these existing manipulative patterns, these narcissistic tendencies, these toxic behaviors that have been poisoning your connection. They understand that if they want you back, if they want a real future with you, they can't keep operating the way they have been. The Hierophant reversed, showing up again, emphasizes that the old way of doing things, the old dynamic, the old relationship structure cannot continue. Something fundamental has to shift. The Seven of Swords with the Magician reverse is showing that when you let this person get away with things they didn't deserve to get away with, it sent them the message that they could continue behaving badly without consequences. Why would they manifest anything the right way when they were getting results doing it the wrong way? Why would they change their approach when their current approach was working? But now you're showing them through your actions, through your boundaries, through your silence, that the game has changed. The rules are different now, and they have no choice but to adapt or lose you completely. The Ace of Swords in the upright position is such a positive sign because it shows that behind the scenes, even though they're not saying it out loud, they're thinking clearly. They're focused on finding a solution. There's going to be a breakthrough, a significant one, because they're finally realizing that this time you're serious. This time you're not bluffing. This time holding your ground actually means something. And if they want any chance at a new beginning, at making things right, they're going to have to step up in ways they never have before. You're showing them better than you could ever tell them because you've been telling them for so long what you needed and they weren't listening. Now they have no choice but to pay attention. So I pulled some oracle cards to dive even deeper into what this person is feeling and thinking but not saying out loud, and oh my god, the messages that came through are absolutely wild. The first card that flipped out said, "I lied to my baby mom about you. She asked me, do I love you? And I said no, but that's not true. You will always have a special place in my heart. You were my first love." So some of you are dealing with someone who has a child with someone else, and they're literally lying to their baby mama about how they feel about you because they don't want the drama, they don't want the complications, but internally they're admitting that you hold this incredibly significant place in their heart. Then I got, "I miss you terribly. I know I cheated and I wasn't the best person to you, but I'm sorry and I want to make it up to you." They're carrying this guilt, this regret, this genuine desire to make amends, even though their pride won't let them say it to your face yet. The next card revealed they have mental health issues. They don't like taking their medication because the side effects are horrible, so they may have signs of bad temperament and hot and cold emotions. Some of you had no idea about this. Some of you might be completely unaware that this person is struggling with something they've been hiding, especially if you don't live together or don't see them regularly. This could explain so much of their inconsistent behavior, their mood swings, their inability to regulate their emotions properly. Then another card came out saying, "How are we ever supposed to grow in this relationship if you keep talking about leaving?" They're frustrated because they feel like every time there's conflict, you threaten to walk away, and they can't build security when they're constantly worried about you disappearing. But here's the thing, maybe you keep talking about leaving because they keep giving you reasons to leave. I dealt with a lot of toxic people before I met you, and I'm still trying to heal from all of that negative energy. This card confirms exactly what I was picking up earlier. They are so used to toxic cycles, so conditioned by unhealthy relationship patterns, that they genuinely don't know how to function in something healthy. Every relationship before you taught them that love means chaos, that connection means manipulation, that intimacy means control, and now here you are offering them something real, something stable, something genuine, and their trauma response is to sabotage it because healthy feels foreign and uncomfortable to them. They need to heal from all that past toxicity, but they can't do that while simultaneously repeating those same patterns with you. Then I got talk about you to my friends. They know I'm still in love with you. I told them our situation is complicated, so while they're acting all tough and indifferent to your face behind closed doors, they're confiding in their friends about how much they love you, how much this situation is affecting them. They're admitting to other people what they can't admit to you yet. The word complicated is doing so much heavy lifting in that sentence because what's actually complicated is their inability to just be honest and vulnerable. Then this card came out and I literally gasped. They want to reach out and talk to you so bad, but you caught them in a lie and they don't know how to explain themselves. They feel embarrassed. Some of you know exactly what lie this is referring to. You caught them red-handed in something, called them out on it, and now they're sitting there feeling stupid because they know they messed up and there's no way to spin it or justify it. The embarrassment is eating at them, but it's also keeping them silent because they don't know how to face you after being exposed like that. I never thought about having a family and moving in with someone until I met you. You have truly changed my life in a lot of ways. This message is so tender, so genuine. You awakened something in them they didn't even know existed. Before you, they were perfectly content being non-committal, playing the field, keeping things surface level. But you showed them what real partnership could look like, what building a life with someone actually means, and now they can't unsee that vision. You literally transformed their entire perspective on love and commitment. But then the next card said, I was just telling my best friend that I'm starting to fall for you, and then you text me and say, we should be friends and nothing more because you can't trust me. The timing of this is painful for them. Right when they were finally opening up emotionally, finally admitting to themselves and others that they have real feelings, you pulled back and set a boundary. And it's not because you're trying to hurt them, it's because they broke your trust and you're protecting yourself. The last two cards I pulled said, there is a lot of childhood trauma I'm making peace with so I can bring more balance into our relationship, and when I met you, you made me realize love actually does exist because I didn't believe in it before you came along. So this person is actively working on themselves, actively trying to heal from deep wounds that were inflicted long before you entered their life. They recognize that in order to show up properly for you, they need to deal with their trauma, their patterns, their dysfunction, and the fact that you made them believe in love again when they had completely given up on it, that's huge. You broke through walls they spent years building. You made them feel things they swore they'd never feel again. You became living proof that real love exists, and that terrifies them as much as it excites them, because now they have something real to lose. So those are all the messages that came through in this reading, and I hope they resonated with you. I hope they gave you clarity, confirmation, or at least some peace of mind about what's really going on beneath the surface. Remember, you standing your ground right now isn't you being difficult or playing games. You're literally teaching someone how to treat you, showing them that you have standards, and you're not going to lower them just to make them comfortable. That's powerful, that's necessary. That's exactly what needs to happen. If this person truly wants you, if they genuinely see a future with you, they're going to have to earn their way back into your life by actually changing, not just promising to change. Keep standing firm. Keep honoring yourself. Keep trusting that you deserve someone who doesn't need to be taught basic respect and decency. Thank you so much for being here, for trusting me with your energy, for allowing me to channel these messages for you. I appreciate every single one of you, and I'll see you in the next reading. Bye.